Yo, what's up everybody?
I'm Jackson.
I'm Kenny.
And we are
JK Builders. If you're new to the channel, you might as well hit the subscribe button. Also, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, helps out the channel a lot and it's very much appreciated. You can also hit the bell icon. It will alert you anytime we post a new video, and that would be pretty sweet. Today we're doing a review of a brand new set. It's a Lego Technic set from the brand new upcoming movie, The Batman. It is the Batman Batmobile in Technic form. Jackson, tell us about this box.
Well, it's 10 plus. The item number is 42127. It comes with 1,360 pieces and no minifigs because it's a Technic set.
Cool. Yeah, so very interesting choice, I think, that Lego decided to do this Batmobile in Technic form. Not something that we have seen in the past. We will discuss in this video whether or not that was a good idea. But yeah, here on the front of the box, you see the Batmobile. So this is from the movie. It comes out sometime next year. I want to say February or March. I haven't really looked into it. The trailer did just release a couple weeks ago. It looks pretty cool. It looks better than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, yeah.
The whole premise is very different than Batman movies we've seen in the past. It's kind of like a pre-Batman, like Batman becoming Batman. He's not as wealthy, I guess, and he actually builds this car himself. So it's very different. It's not something that was constructed by the military. It's not something that took years to develop. It's like a car he builds himself in his garage or something along those lines. It's not quite as fancy. It looks like a supercar that has just been constructed into a super duper car.
Super duper car.
But it does have some very cool elements. But yeah, I really like the look of the box. It's got kind of a red glow behind it. It definitely is going with the black and red theming rather than the colors that we've seen on Batman sets in the past. Down here you have the logo from the movie, the Batman with the bat in the wording, the DC emblem over there. On the back it shows you the rear of the car. Of course, it has the massive engine in the back with flames shooting out. It shows you some of the different things that open up and details. It gives you the dimensions. It's 17.7 or 45 centimeters long. So pretty good size. And then it comes with a couple of light bricks, which we'll show you here in just a second. But that is the gist of the box. Let's check out the instruction book.
Here's the instruction book. So in the front of the book, nothing really too special. There is 245 pages. And this is kind of like the back of the box. It shows some functions and stuff.
Yeah, just some of the details, the light bricks, some things that open and close.
There's this picture, one from the movie and one that's Technic form.
Yeah, so you get the movie car here and you get the Technic set right here.
And then you have these two pictures.
Yeah, another picture from the movie. You got the emblem there from the movie or the logo with the Technic car in front of it.
And nothing else. So.
And that's about it. So yeah, pretty good size. For a Technic set, it was kind of weird, which we will talk about in a minute, but it wasn't difficult. It went together pretty smoothly, but it was a little bit abnormal from Technic sets that I have done before. But that is the instruction book. Let's check out the set. All right, so here is the Batmobile from the upcoming movie, The Batman. It is in Technic form. Lots of cool little details. So the front of the car, you do have the headlights here, you have the front grille, you have the hood, which you can actually see into the car. And this one does have quite a few gaps, I've noticed. It's not as filled out as some of the Technic sets are. But this one, is one of the less expensive, larger Technic sets. It was only $100. So it wasn't like 160 or 50, kind of like the Ferrari or anything like that. So it is, the expectations of this one are going to be a little bit lower just because of the price. You do have some flames here shooting out the sides of the hood. It does have a full interior, so the doors do open up. You have the front seat right there. You got some dials and gauges on the dash. The steering wheel does not work. It doesn't do anything, which is kind of a bummer. It does have the gas pedal. Over here you have the passenger seat, which is the same build seat. Nothing really additional there, so it is kind of missing a little bit of interior detail that you might expect to see in some of these larger Technic sets. The tires are really cool. You have larger tires in the back, smaller ones in the front. This front hood does open. Of course, the engine isn't up here because it has a rear engine in this car. So just some Technic elements is all that you really get in there, as well as the light brick, which I'll show you here in just a second. In the back of the car, you do have the large engine. I think this is probably my favorite part, was all the details of this huge engine. And then of course you have the steering element right here, which is how you steer the car, is with the little dial on top. On the back, of course, you have more details of the engine. You have the flames coming out the back. I thought it was kind of cool how they did these tail lights with the bars. That's kind of cool. It has the pistons. It has 8 total pistons. It has flames shooting out the sides and top of this engine as well, which is pretty cool. Lots of little details, which I liked. Over here, you just have the fenders, and not too much else. And then when it comes to the engine, when you move the car, the pistons do move and the flames spin, and Jackson is showing you the light brick. So this rear one does light up red when you push down the steering element. That's how the light turns on, and then when you move it, the flames on the back spin. I think that's pretty cool, you know? That's a pretty cool touch. It makes up for where it lacks in some other areas, the coolness of this engine and how it lights up. Now the front lights up as well. When you push the throttle, so it does have a little throttle handle right there. When you push that forward, the front hood lights up, which is pretty cool as well. So you can kind of see that light brick comes on, but with the hood closed, you can see the lights come through, and it does look pretty cool. Don't know that it was 100% necessary, but it does look pretty cool when it's on. So the 2 light elements, you have the front with the throttle and the back with the turning element. And then the engine does have the pistons that move and the flames that spin. So those are all of the working Technic elements, and I think it gives it a really good look and makes it a little bit more fun. That's for sure. Overall, I think it looks pretty cool, but it does have its disadvantages, and it did have its negative aspects, which we'll talk about here in a second. But there is an overview of the Batmobile. All right, Jackson, the Batmobile in Technic form. What do you like about this set?
I love all the details. The light up bricks on the front and the back, and how they made the fire spin. I usually wouldn't say this about a Technic set, but I love everything about it.
Do you really?
Everything.
Cool. I think it looks awesome. Like, finished, it looks cool. I think it's going to look good on display. I feel like the spinning flames on the back and the light bricks, they're kind of a novelty that don't really appeal to me too much. It's something that's like, you get it done, you turn them on, you're like, oh, that's cool. But you're not really gonna do that all the time, you know?
Except when you drive it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you get it down and play with it, or you want to show off to your friends or whatever, then yeah, it's cool. But as far as it being on display, you're not gonna see that. So it's kind of a novelty that I don't feel like is really necessary, but it is cool. It's probably the coolest thing about the set, honestly. It will look good on display though, don't get me wrong. As far as negatives go, it does have a lot of gaps. It's not filled in as well as it probably should be. My biggest complaint with this one is going to be just the way that it went together. I've built quite a few Lego Technic cars, and this one was just very different. So you started with the main frame of the car, which isn't abnormal. That's pretty typical. But then rather than building off of that, you started with the side, and you kind of built your way around the outside like this, and then you kind of built on the top. And it just went together really janky and really, it was discombobulated, I think is the best word I can think of. The build was a very discombobulated and janky, those are 2 new words, discombobulated, janky build. It just went together weird. It didn't add to the frame. You built like the exterior. Funny enough, like one of the last things you add are the internal seats, you know? Normally in Technic sets you build like the frame, the engine, you know, and you build off of that. This one, you built the frame and then you built like in a circle around it. So it was just kind of weird, and I didn't really enjoy it very much. But at the end of the day, it did all come together, and I think it looks pretty awesome. I think outside of that, my biggest gripe with this one is just the fact that they decided to build this car out of Technic. I mean, I would have much rather had this be like a creator expert set and built it kind of like the Tumbler or the 89 Batmobile, something like that. A car like this, I feel, to get the true detail and everything that a car like this needs, I feel like it should have been a creator expert set rather than a Technic set. And if you're gonna do a Technic set, then go all out and make it like a $200 set and make it like really detailed, fill in all those gaps, and make it a really, really cool build. This one, I feel like they just kind of cut some corners in order to make the set, and but at the end of the day, it looks cool. It's one that I think is worth having. But Jackson, let's talk about that. This one retails for $99 in the United States. Are you gonna buy this one? Are you gonna wait for a sale, or are you gonna pass?
I don't know. What I would do is I would probably wait for a sale.
Yeah.
This is a little too expensive for me.
I don't necessarily think it's too expensive, but for what you're getting, I think I would wait for a sale. I'm not super impressed by it.
It could be like $60.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably say like a solid $79, $89. I mean, it is 1,360 pieces, so I don't think the price per piece is off, especially because it is a licensed set. I think part of it too is like this is a movie that hasn't came out yet. It's a car that we haven't really seen except some really quick glimpses in the trailers. Maybe when the movie comes out, I'd feel a little bit different about it when I actually see the car. But yeah, I was just kind of disappointed that they did this one in Technic. I would have rather have seen it in a little bit more detail in like a creator expert style. Like if you hold it up like this, you can see right through it. You see that?
Oh,
Hi.
yes. Hi.
There's just a lot of gaps. It's not filled in. So yeah, I feel like they needed to either do a higher price point with more pieces and more detailed, or if they needed to do a creator expert style that was super detailed and a little bit more expensive. But anyway, yeah, I'm probably going to wait for a sale too. I think it's worth having. I would buy it if you're a Batman fan. I think it looks really cool on display. It's going to look good next to my other Batmobiles, even though it is Technic. And all in all, it is a cool car. The engine's really awesome. It does have the light up details, which are okay. But yeah, I think it's worth having. I would buy it if you're a Batman fan. All right, so there it is, the new Batmobile from the upcoming movie, The Batman. Do you have it? Do you want it? What do you think about it? Comment down below. As always, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until next time, keep on building. Ah, I broke it.
He broke it. You broke it. You broke it. You broke it.
He broke it. He broke it. He broke it. He broke it.
You broke it. Keep that in. Keep that in.